Good morning, my dear students. Hope you all are fit and fine at home and following all the lectures very sincerely. Right? Okay. So, today in your fourth session of General Science, we will be dealing with the difference between an artery and a vein. And at the same time, I will also explain you the third type of blood vessel in your body, that is your capillary. Okay? So, also we will be discussing about the structure of heart. Okay? So, before we come to our next topic, let us take a quick recap what we have done in our previous session. So, in your previous session, I have explained you about the blood vessels. That is, they are just the tubes that carry blood to all the parts of your body. Okay? Also, we had learnt about the characteristics of an artery and a vein. Alright? Now, today in your session, that is our fourth session, we will be learning about the basic difference between an artery and a vein. Also, students, I think you all might be getting the notes of different subjects, and I know you may be very anxious and very curious. Where are the notes of general science? So, have patience. I am also waiting for you all to get the books and copies. Okay, and then only I'll send very soon. I'll send a question answers, okay, on your official website. But I am also waiting so that once you get the books and copies, it will be easier for you to write it down. Otherwise, you will have lots of burden on you. Okay, so have patience. Very soon, you will be getting the question answers of your first chapter. Okay, so first let us go through the reading of the topic that we are going to learn today.
The main difference between an artery and a vein is that an artery normally carries blood from the heart to the body organs, whereas a vein normally carries blood from the body organs back to the heart. Here is a table, students, denoting the difference between arteries and veins. Let me read it for you. Arteries carry oxygenated blood. Veins carry deoxygenated blood. Arteries carry blood from heart. Veins carry blood towards heart. Arteries have thick wall. Veins have thin wall. Arteries do not have valves. Veins have valves. Arteries located deep under skin. Veins lies less deep under skin. Example of arteries, aorta, and example of veins, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Next, capillaries. Capillaries are the extremely thin blood vessels which connect arteries to veins. Thus, capillaries are always present in between the arteries and veins in our body. Nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other waste materials can pass through their thin walls.
Okay, students. So I have already given you the reading of the topic. Now let us go through the difference between an artery and a vein. Okay? See, and with this, we will also revise the characteristics back that we have already learned in our previous class. So see, the first difference between an artery and a vein is that arteries will carry the blood from the heart to your body. Okay? That is the first difference between an artery and a vein. That is, your arteries carry the blood from your heart to your body. Okay? What is the work of the vein? That is, your veins will carry the blood from your body to your heart. Okay? the veins work oppositely. That is, they carry the blood from your body parts to your heart. Clear? Okay. Next difference is artery will carry, what kind of blood they carry? They carry oxygenated blood. Okay? Arteries carry oxygenated blood. That is the blood which is rich in oxygen, or you can also say that they are carrying which kind of blood? Pure blood. Okay? They carry oxygenated blood, or you can also say that they carry pure blood. While your veins, they carry what kind of blood? Deoxygenated blood. Okay? Veins will carry deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated means they will carry the blood that is rich in carbon dioxide, or which doesn't have oxygen, or which is the impure blood. Clear? Okay. The next difference is that arteries lie deep inside. Okay? While veins do not lie deep. And can be seen easily. Last class I told you that your arteries are carrying the oxygenated blood from your heart that flows with very high pressure. Okay? That is why they are very deep inside your body. While your veins do not lie deep inside because they are carrying the deoxygenated blood. Hence, you can easily see them on your skin. Once you close your fist, on the palm you can see the greenish blue lines, and that are your veins. Okay. Now, your next point of difference is that arteries do not have valves. Okay, while veins have valves in them. Now, why is the reason? Why arteries have valves and veins have valves and arteries do not have valves? See, I told you, veins will carry the blood, deoxygenated blood, okay, and it flows with less pressure, isn't it? Also, at the same time, arteries have to carry the blood from your lower body to your heart. Sometimes they need to carry the blood from your lower body part, and that has to be done against the gravity. When something falls down, that works in the direction of gravity. But if something is taken upward, that means they have to work against the force of gravity. Okay, so here also, while veins will carry the blood from your lower body to your heart, they will carry, and that blood has to go in the opposite direction of gravity. Okay, so there is a chance for the blood to flow back. Okay, there is a chance for the blood to flow back. Alright, that is why they are provided with valves, and this valve will make sure that the blood will flow only in one direction. Okay, while what is the case for the arteries? They are carrying the blood from your heart to your other body parts. Okay, and the blood flows with such high pressure. Okay, blood flows with such high pressure that they do not require any valve. They can easily flow in one direction. Is it clear to you all? Okay. Now, the next point is arteries have thick walls. Okay, arteries have thick walls while veins have thin walls. Okay, again, what was the reason for it? Just recall it. What was the reason? Yes, since arteries carry oxygenated blood and blood flows with high pressure, so they have thick walls to prevent the walls from bursting. Okay, while veins carry deoxygenated blood and blood flows with less pressure, that is why there is no chance for any damage to the veins. Hence, they have thin walls. Okay. Next was the example of an artery and a vein. What was the example of an artery? That is the aorta I gave you for an artery. Isn't it? Aorta is an example for an artery, and this aorta is the thickest and the longest artery that runs all over your body, and it carries the blood from your heart to all your body parts. Okay. While for a vein, what was that? Yes, superior vena cava. Okay, and inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. That is, your superior vena cava will carry the blood from your upper body parts to your heart. Okay, while inferior vena cava will carry the blood from your lower body parts to your heart. Is it clear to you all? Okay. Also, students, you must have seen the color of, when you get the books, you will see that the color of an artery is always shown with a red color. Okay? And the color of the veins in your book is always shown with a blue color. So don't get confused. The color of the blood will always be red, whether it is carried in an artery or it is carried in a vein. Okay? The blue color in your book of the veins doesn't mean that the color of the blood flowing in the veins will be blue. It happens many times with the students. They get confused and they think that since veins are blue in color, so the blood flowing in them will be blue. No. Blood will always be red. Okay? Whether it is in the artery or it is in a vein. The only difference about with the color will be in the artery, since it will be oxygen rich, so it will have a bright red color. Okay? And in the vein, since it is deoxygenated, means it doesn't have oxygen in it, so the color will be dark red. Okay? It will be darker shade. Is it clear to you all? Okay. Now, let us move towards the next portion, that is the third kind of blood vessel. Students, make sure that the table given in your book of this difference is by hearted by you. Okay, make sure you learn it properly and understand it properly. And I know you all might be having so many queries with you. Okay, even I miss your questions. But don't worry, very soon when we will meet all your doubts, collect all your doubts and all your queries, okay, and keep it ready for me. I am also ready to hear all your questions and solve them. Okay, fine. Let us move towards the next portion, that is the third type of blood vessel that runs in your body, and that is a capillary. Okay, the third type of blood vessels, that is a capillary. So see, capillaries are said to be the thinnest blood vessel running in your body. Okay, arteries and veins, okay, they are carrying the blood from your heart. Arteries carry the blood from your heart to your body parts, and veins carry from your body parts to your heart. Okay, arteries are the thinnest blood vessels, and they are formed when an artery and a vein meets. How it is done? Let me show you. See, this is an artery, okay, shown with the red color. Now, when this artery will branch into, okay, thinner structures, okay, when they will branch into thinner structures, they are called as, this is your artery. Okay, when they will branch into thin structures, they will be called as an arteriole. What it is called? Arteriole. Okay, once again, arterioles. Okay, now they are called as arterioles. Now, here is your veins. Here is a vein. Now, your veins will also branch up into very thin structures. Okay, they will branch up into very thin structures. And these thin structures of a vein is called a venules. What they are called? Venules. Okay, arterioles and venules. Now, the meeting point of an arteriole and a venule. See, here they are joined, they are meeting. Okay, so the meeting point of an arteriole and a venule, that is called as a capillary. Is it clear to you all? So, capillaries are very thin blood vessels. They are the thinnest blood vessels running in your body. Okay, and while artery will carry the blood from the heart to your body, veins will carry from the body to your heart. What is the function of the capillary over here? They are very thin blood vessels. So, the exchange of the nutrients or exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in your body, that will be done through the capillary. Okay, that is, oxygen will be diffused in and carbon dioxide will be diffused out through the capillary. Is it clear to you all? They are thinnest blood vessels, so they will easily exchange. Okay, the exchange of the nutrients and the gases, that is oxygen and carbon dioxide, will be done by the capillary. Is it clear to you all? Okay, so the function of a capillary is simply that it allows the diffusion of nutrients and other waste products, including oxygen and carbon dioxide. Oxygen is not the waste product. The carbon dioxide is the waste product. Okay, so it allows the diffusion of oxygen and nutrients through them. Okay, and at the same time, carbon dioxide and other waste products are diffused out. Is it clear? So this one was about the capillaries. Now students, we will move towards the next portion. That is, today I will give you just a reading and a small explanation for structure of heart. Okay?
Heart. The heart is an organ which pumps blood to all the parts of our body through a network of tubes called blood vessels. Our heart beats continuously to circulate blood in the body. It is located in the chest cavity, slightly towards the left side. The size of our heart is roughly equal to our fist. The heart is made up of special muscles called cardiac muscles. The heart is hollow inside. The hollow space is divided into 4 compartments called chambers. The upper 2 chambers of heart are called atria, singular, atrium, and the lower 2 chambers of heart are called ventricles. So, the 4 chambers in our heart are left atrium, right atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle. Students, here is a picture of the heart shown. Okay, and I'll explain you now. Okay, so just look at the picture and different the labels that are given over here. Okay, this figure needs to be drawn in your copy. Okay, so let us move now towards the explanation part.
So students, you just saw in the reading part as well as while I was explaining the other parts of the circulatory system, I think by now
you must be knowing something about the heart. So see, the function or the chief function of the heart in your body is that it pumps blood to all parts of your body, isn't it? It pumps blood to body and also receives the blood from the body. Okay, while it is pumping blood to all the parts of your body, it also receives the impure blood from all your body parts. Okay, now the question arises, where is the heart located in your body? Now, you always, when somebody asks you to touch your heart and feel it, where do you touch? Towards your left side. I'll just suggest you all take your palm and just put it on your left side. Do you hear something? Thak, 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 thak. Yes. So that is because the heart is continuously pumping the blood to your body parts. Okay. Now see, what we say that your heart is located in your chest. Okay. It is located in your chest and it is slightly towards your left side. Okay. That is why you are advised to touch your left side of your chest and you feel that dhak 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 voice, isn't it? So we say that it is located in the, where is your heart located? It is located in the chest cavity. Okay, your heart is located in your chest cavity and that is slightly towards your left side. Okay, now let us talk about heart that is pumping blood to all the parts of your body. Yeah, we say that if your heart stops beating, okay, what happens? You will ultimately die, isn't it or not? That means your heart must be very huge to carry out all these processes. No, you know what is the fun fact here? Your heart is just the size of your fist. Only this much is the size of your heart. Okay, so just the size of your fist, this much size heart is carrying out such a tough job in your body. Okay, so heart is just the size of human fist. Okay, the size of your heart is just the size of your human fist. Clear? Okay. Next is special types of muscles are made. Okay, these muscles are called as cardiac muscles. Okay, so cardiac muscles make up your heart. Okay, your cardiac muscles make up your heart. Okay, what is the use of this cardiac muscles? See, your heart is made up of cardiac muscles and these muscles easily allow the heart to pump the blood. Okay, these muscles allow the heart to pump the blood, okay, to all the parts of your body and it continuously beats. So that is the magic of the cardiac muscles that is making up your heart. Also, when we talk about the structure, we say that heart is 4-chambered. Okay, your heart is 4-chambered. Okay, so let us first again revise what features we have learned about the heart. That is, it pumps blood to the body parts and also receives the blood from all the parts of your body. Next one is where it is located. It is located in the chest cavity, slightly towards the left. Okay. Next is the size of the heart is just the size of a human fist. Okay. Next is what kind of muscles make up your heart? Cardiac muscles make up your heart. And the last portion is your heart is 4-chambered. Okay. Now about these 4 chambers we will be learning, and also I will tell you
the structure of the heart. Okay, so see, your heart is said to be four-chambered, okay, and the upper, see, here I have drawn the figure, the structure of your heart, okay, four-chambered, the upper, these two portions, okay, and the lower two portions. Is it clear? See to it very carefully, students. So, the upper portions are your atrium or atria. Okay? Atrium or atria, or it is also called as the auricles. Clear? And your lower portions are called ventricles. What they are called? Ventricles. Okay? See, this is your right atrium. Okay, this is your right atrium, and the lower portion is your right ventricle. What it is? Right ventricle. Clear? This is your left atrium, and bottom, this is your left ventricle. Clear, students? Okay, so let us watch it once again. See, your heart is four-chambered and the upper two chambers are called the atrium. This is your right side. So this is called as right atrium. This is your left side of the heart. So it is your left atrium. Clear? Now, the lower portion if we come, this is your right portion. So it is your right ventricle. And this one is your left side. So this is your left ventricle. Clear? Now, see, in your right atrium, two types of veins. The blue lines will show your veins and the red lines will be for your, the red tubes will be for your artery. Okay, so see, your right atrium, two veins will enter. That is your, the upper vein is your superior vena cava. Okay, the upper vein shown in your entering in your right atrium is superior vena cava, and this will bring the impure blood from your upper body parts. Upper body parts, that is your brain. Okay, from your upper body parts, the superior vena cava will bring the impure blood and pour it into your right atrium. Clear? Okay. Then, from your lower body portions, your right ventricle. Okay, in your right ventricle, from your lower body portions, your inferior vena cava, that is the another type of vein. Okay, that is your inferior vena cava will bring the impure blood from your lower body portions. Clear? Okay. Now, let's move towards the right ventricle. Okay, so see, from your right ventricle, see, a red tube is coming out. That means it has to be a artery. Okay, so here, which kind of artery? Pulmonary artery. Okay, which kind of artery? Pulmonary artery will be moving from your right ventricle. Okay, so from your right ventricle, the pulmonary artery will be taking the impure blood. I told you, students, that the pulmonary artery and the pulmonary vein are doing the opposite function. Okay, that is, the pulmonary artery will carry deoxygenated blood and pulmonary vein will carry the oxygenated blood. Okay, so see, from your right ventricle, your pulmonary artery will come out. Okay, and this will take the impure blood from your right ventricle. Is it clear? Okay. Next, let's come towards the left side. Okay. In your left side, you see a vein. Okay. You see a vein coming out. So, this vein will carry this vein is called your pulmonary vein. What it is called? Pulmonary vein. Okay. And this pulmonary vein will be pouring the blood into your left atria. This will come out from your left atria, and this pulmonary vein will bring the blood in your left atrium. Clear? Next, from your left ventricle, the thickest and the longest artery that is coming out will be your aorta. What it is? Aorta. Okay, from your left ventricle, this is your thickest and the longest blood artery that is coming out. Is it clear to you all? So this is the structure of the heart. Okay, let us revise it once again. Your heart is how many chambers? 4 chambers. Okay, upper portions are called as atria. Okay, your right side, that is your right atrium, and the left side is your left atrium. Okay, then your lower chambers are called as ventricles. This is your right ventricle and this is your left ventricle. Clear? Now see, from your right atrium, 2 veins will enter, that is superior vena cava from upper body parts and inferior vena cava from your lower body portions. Okay. Next is, in your ventricles, from your ventricles, 1 artery will come out, that is your pulmonary artery. Clear? Now let us move towards the left side. In your left atrium, 1 vein will enter, that is your pulmonary vein. And in your left ventricle, 1 artery will be coming out, that is your aorta. Is it clear to you all? Okay. So do revise this picture very carefully. Okay. And try to draw it several times so that you get a practice of it. Okay. In your next session, I will explain you how this circulation is carried out in your body. Okay. So for now, you just draw the picture. Okay. And revise it again and again. How is the structure of the heart? In your next session, I'll explain you in detail how this function is carried out. Okay, what is the function of each of the arteries? Okay, and how they are bringing the blood or taking the blood from the heart. That is the circulation of blood. Okay, so till then, do well, learn properly and study sincerely. Follow all the lectures very sincerely. Okay, and stay home, stay safe.